Hey, Sandy. I hear that you've started to live together with my parents now. Is that true?
That's true. Your father had always been taking care of me, ever since I was a little girl, and so I wanted to do something for him in return.
Really? I know this is a bit fast, but do you think it would be alright if I come over sometime soon? I mean, if you were willing to let both of them move into the house with you and my brother, then that means it should be fine for me to pay a visit now.
What?
It's not like that house is even yours, so I should be fine coming over there without your permission, right?
Wait, but this is my house. I was the one that put a lot of money into the place.
What are you going on about? I know that the house is my dad's, alright? You don't have the kind of money that would allow you to build and live in a house like that. You really have no idea what you're lying about, do you?
But I did have the kind of money needed for a place like this, and that's what allowed it to be built here. And if you come out here right now, that's not going to help anything in terms of your relation with us.
Huh? Why not? It's not like you have any children of your own, so what's the big deal with me coming over soon with all of mine? Anyway, I'll be over there tomorrow as soon as I can to show the house to my kids. Make sure to have food ready for our 6 mouths, alright? Sandy, thank you for letting me in today.
Don't thank me. Sorry for not being more welcoming and caring while you were around. Hopefully the pizza was to your liking.
You really don't have to feel sorry about something like that. And the pizza was fine for being frozen. Now, I wanted to talk about your house and how freaking massive it really is. Don't you find that a house like that is a bit too big for someone who doesn't even have any children currently?
I'm not sure that's how I feel, but
I'll be moving into your house for good now with my 5 kids. So an unproductive woman like you needs to start opening the place up for us, please. There is 5 kids, and I was thinking with there being 3 extra rooms there, 2 can be for the kids and 1 for my husband and I to sleep in. So start placing those orders for things like the bunk beds and such, as well as a queen-size bed for my husband and I.
First of all, would you please stop carrying on with the conversation when I haven't even said anything yet? I may not have any kids, but that has nothing to do with my house and how I feel about it. And currently, I have your mother and father living here, which is more than enough people for me to take care of when I come home from work.
You're going to use that excuse again? What are you to my dad, really? Because you're making it always sound like you owe him something.
Your father was the one that saved me from that car accident that I was stuck in when I was only 5 years old. And when it was soon found out that my parents were both pronounced dead, he took care of me in their place and made sure I was a happy child.
Oh my God. So you owe everything to him then?
That's kind of how I think about it. If your father wasn't the one to have been there at the time of the crash, it would have been a while before anyone else saw it and called the ambulance. And in that time it took, I would have most likely passed away as well.
The thing is though, none of what happened then has anything to do with me. Starting tomorrow, I'll be back again, and with everyone and all of our things in tow.
What?
After all, I have 5 children with me, right? The house I've been living in now has started to feel really small and constrained for me. It just had me thinking about how I've wanted to move into a new place here soon.
But wait, this place is my house, and something like that won't be possible for you all.
Huh? You and my brother are married and can have kids, right? Yet you both still have not made one. So how about you both move out of there and into a small little place like I've been in? I think that would get you both to be a lot close with one another and finally try for those kids I've been making this whole time.
But this is my house.
Shut the hell up about that already. What has gotten into you today? You think that a lie like that will never go unnoticed? All of your childless women all turn out to become the same kind of liar. In a house as large as that one, there's no reason for a childless woman like you to continue living in it, right? And like I said before, there's no way someone of your likes was able to have a house like that built in the first place.
Ugh.
For a house of that size to have a woman who doesn't want to make a family living in it, it's a complete waste of things like space and money.
I see. Then I guess I have no other choice but to leave it to you.
Finally. Thank you so much for doing that, Sandy.
Sandy, I heard a lot about what's happening from Diana. Are you really planning on leaving the house tomorrow?
So you've heard. Actually, what happened after Diana came over to hang out this afternoon, she told me that this house is too big for someone like myself, and that I should just leave it for her to move into. She'll be bringing all 5 of her kids as well, and will be taking the house over from us.
Diana's going to do that? Are you sure?
I'm very sure. She seems to think that the one that had this entire house built wasn't me, but you and your money, Dave. In her head, She can't see someone like myself having the money and everything to build a place as large as this.
That child. So she doesn't even know about how you've been a doctor this whole time or anything? And to think with a husband like hers who was saved by you, she'd be more than aware of the kind of person you are.
I'm sure her husband hasn't told her anything about his doctor was me though, especially when all she ever brings up with me is the fact that I have no children yet.
Sandy, I'm so very sorry for what my daughter said to you. Think that she'd be acting in such a way to someone who I saved long ago. I think I've seen enough from her now. I will be going ahead with my plan of cutting ties to her now.
I know that you used to love her a lot as your daughter, and that you've helped me a ton with making sure she didn't have the wrong idea of me and such. But seeing as she's still not learned anything from all those cases, I think it's time we give up on her.
Very well then. I'm going to act like I never even knew the woman, because that's how much I'm fed up with her right now. I've been trying to deal with her behavior for so long now, and I can't afford the energy to put up with it a day longer.
Sandy, do you think you can come back over to the house for me? I'm not against having taken this house from you and all, but with the house being so big and all, 5 kids of mine having a blast in the house all the time, the chores have started to become a bit too difficult for me to handle. So could you come back here for me and help out with all of the cleaning? I don't mind if you come later this evening to help with it all. I just need you here sometime today, please.
What? What are you talking about right now, Diana?
You can't be serious. I'm asking you to come back to this house today to help out with the chores for me.
Hold on. How about you figure something out with all of that, since you're the one living there with all of them now? I have a job and everything that I need to be at.
Huh? You don't even have kids right now, so you have to have a lot of free time right now, correct? I'm being kind by allowing you to come back over here and take care of the chores with my kids. Since you don't have any kids, oh, this will make you happy, right?
Hey, could you cut it out bringing up the fact that I don't have kids every time you want something from me?
What the hell?
It's really getting on my nerves now going on and on like that about me not having any kids. If you're so against me not having any kids at my age, then you're better off not talking to me at all, alright?
Huh? What's this all about? Are you getting upset with me now over what I said? So you're not going to help someone out even though they're saying they need support? Having to raise 5 kids is a very demanding task, you know. What kind of nerve do you have, turning away someone who could really use your help right now handling all these children and the chores? As someone with no kids, you have no right to be saying no to me. If you come back here and help me out, I'll forgive you for what you just said. So hurry it up and get here, please.
Diana, do you really think it's still a good thing for you, of all people, to be talking to me like that? Up until now, you've already had your fair share of treating me like your housewife. But that's not going to be happening anymore.
Huh? What are you going on about now?
You need to learn what you've done to others like myself, and hopefully that will teach you a lesson. A good lesson.
Sandy, what do you think you're doing not coming back to this house like I asked you to? You need to come here and take some care of my children as well.
I'm sorry, but I have no plans of ever going back to that house again.
You're still going on about how you're actually going to stay away from here? Well, I've been telling your childless ass to come back here so that I may show you what it's like to have all 5 of them piled up in the house. Could this be you picking on me now? By not actually coming forward and saying that you'll help me care for them? It's totally fine if that's how you want to play this game. Everyone has moments like these where they just don't listen to what they've been told.
I'm serious. No matter what else you have to say to me, I'm not going back.
What the hell? Why are you being such an asshole to me right now? That's why. Because having to come back to this house all the time is a pain for you? If having to make the back and forth is too much for you, then I'll let you move in.
What? What are you going on about now?
You can stay in the garage with the car. It's not like we're using it for anything else, so you can go ahead and live out there.
You're saying I can move into the garage?
That's right, Sandy. You'll be on the same property as us, and won't have to whine anymore about this place being too far away from you, right? But since I'll be allowing you to live here again, you have to do everything for me that I ask.
You're asking me to live in the garage.
With that, I'll see you soon. You listen here. I was just kicked out of that house you claim to be yours. What the actual hell is going on here?
That house happens to be my house, and I have the right to do whatever I want with it.
Huh? Stop screwing around right now, would you? You knew how we were all living there, right?
Not really. I never once gave you and your family permission to come and live in my house like you were. You just forced your way in and started to squat there with your kids.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not even able to get in touch with my dad anymore. Do you have any idea where that old man ran off to?
I have no clue as to why you and him aren't talking to one another much anymore.
God damn it, what is going on here? I cannot believe what is happening.
I'm the one that can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
Huh?
Since you happen to be Dave's daughter of all people, and since he'd done so much for me, I never said anything about you before. But I really cannot stand sitting around playing dumb anymore.
What the hell are you trying to talk about now?
I have been saying that that's the house I had built and owned, yet for some reason you continue to think it's your father's and told me to leave. And just when I was moved out and thinking you'd never talk to me again, you start to ask me to come back and do the chores for you? This isn't a freaking joke anymore, you dumb bitch.
Huh? Asking you to come out and help isn't that big of a deal, right? You have to have a lot of free time on your hands, so what's wrong with you coming out and being family?
I literally have no free time anymore. I have to work every day from close to 12 hours a day. And if there ever is a day that I have off, which can be very rare, I'm not going to spend it going over you and doing all of your chores.
What the hell, Sandy? The fact that you don't even have a single child means that you should be happy to come over here and experience what it's like to have kids for once, right?
I never asked to have that kind of an experience. I would love to have kids someday, really, but I am stuck with a body that can't do such a thing.
Oh my god, I knew you were infertile. You really want kids and all, but your body is too weak to have any. You poor thing.
How can you say something that way about me?
Huh? What are you trying to get at there?
Have you never thought about how anyone else feels when you open your mouth, Diana?
Well, I would think about that, but then I remember that you don't have any kids like me, so I don't really care for how you feel. Sorry about that.
So that's how you're going to play this game.
What was that?
Just a second ago, you told me about how your father is no longer replying to any of your texts or calls, right?
That's right. I knew you knew something about that.
Right now, your father is helping me out again.
So then, you tell me what the hell you're both up to right now.
You'll find that out today, I'm pretty sure.
Stop trying to beat around the bush about me and tell me right now. I don't have time to sit around and wait any longer.
Diana, I'm gonna be cutting ties with you now.
Hold on, Dad. What kind of stupid joke is that you're trying now? Were you told to say something like that to me by that asshole?
That asshole? Are you talking about Sandy right now?
Of course I am, Dad. Who the hell else would I be calling an asshole right now? Now, I want to talk about the damn house, Dad. I just lost the one and only place I had to live. So what am I supposed to do now? Where the hell even are you right now, Dad?
I never thought that someone like you was so self-centered before.
Wait, what are you even talking about right now?
I am partially to blame for never doing anything about that attitude sooner. But after what's happened this time, I can't deal with you anymore.
Then tell me what the hell you're going on about.
Diana, not only did you take over her house from her, but you started to go on about how she means nothing because she hasn't had any kids. And then you went on about how she needs to care for your kids to make up for it, and experience what a true mother feels. All you've been saying and doing to her has been complete and utter bullcrap.
Why do you care? That's all you have to say to me? Well, the thing is that I meant everything I've done and said to her. For a woman to not have any kids at all makes her anything but a woman. Having to say something like this about her really makes me want to vomit. But I told her that she could move back into the house with us by staying out in the garage and taking care of my kids. I said that she could do that, yet she had the nerve to say no to that.
You said something like that to her?
Considering she's never worked a day in her life before, she has to have so much time on her hands. Yet she went ahead and ignored my offer like it was nothing to her. And then she went and sold the freaking house that we were all living in. Can you believe the crap that she's pulling right now?
Unbelievable.
Right? Seriously, that childless bitch is the worst, right?
The one who I can't believe right now is you, Diana.
What?
What makes you think someone who isn't working would be able to build a house of that size and everything?
No way. Like I was saying to her, you were the real one who paid for that house to be built and everything, right? Either that, or you were the one who gave her the money to do so, right? For someone who says she owes everything to you, she has been taking a lot of your money and time still.
I haven't done anything, though. The house was made using the money Sandy earned throughout her career, and that's why she was the one that allowed us to move in.
Wait, what was that? So that woman has had money this whole time? Well, if that's the case, then right now she should be helping me out with all of my problems, right?
Diana, you're still going to say things like that about her? You know who the hell it was that allowed you to have all those children? It was Sandy.
Huh? You're lying about that, right? I haven't heard a thing about her being a doctor or anything like that.
Ugh, of course you haven't. Just like your mother, you and her never once done anything to care about your family's issues.
Huh?
Did you forget about how when your first child was born, she had all those health issues? As I remember, it was your husband who went through all the work of making sure she was treated at the hospital and all for you. Well, the one who jumped in to help out with all that was Sandy.
You'd think I'd be able to remember something like that from so long ago.
But she's not the only one Sandy helped. All of your kids were delivered by Sandy and were cared for thereafter in order to make sure they all stayed healthy. And time after time, your husband and I made sure to bring your kids to her for help.
Well, if neither of you ever told me that, how was I supposed to know it was Sandy? And what does it matter that she helped my kids? It's just a coincidence that she was at the hospital all those times the kids needed help.
There really is no helping a selfish waste of life like you.
Well, I don't care about you anymore either, Dad. I'm going to head to wherever Mom is at right now, so you tell me your address this instant.
I'm not going to stop you from going out to be with her now, but your mother and I are divorced now.
Huh?
I left your mother to do whatever she wanted all those years. But after having spoken to her about you and Sandy and all your issues, that's when I learned where you received that helpless attitude from.
Helpless attitude? What did Mom say about it?
After I told her about how it was Sandy who had gone and built the house which she allowed the both of us to move into when we were having trouble, she started to go on about Sandy's money. She said to me that she has that kind of cash right now. She'd fake being sick and weak and use that as a way to get money off of Sandy. At that moment, I lost all the respect that I had left for your mother and started to think about leaving her.
Dad, I'm so sorry, alright? I promise that I'll make all of that up to you. So please, just rethink divorcing Mom and let us move in with you all.
I'm sorry. The only choice I had was getting that toxic woman out of my life. I think it's time that you both learn what happens when you forget about everyone else's feelings and only care about the lives you live. Because those fruits you guys planted are finally beginning to ripen.
Wait, Dad. So you're just going to abandon both Mom and I now? Dad, you have to wait a second. I am really sorry for all the things I've done. I never thought that someone like you, Dad, would be able to say all of those things to me after doing all of it.
And the same goes for me. Never thinking someone like you could say so many terrible things to my daughter-in-law.
Listen, you do something about my dad right now. How dare you use all of those things that happened in the past to try and trip this family up now? You're the real bitch here for trying that.
What? Things from the past? What do you mean?
About how you went and saved my first daughter's life, and about how you went and gave my mom and dad a new house. Everything that you've been doing has only been for your own benefit.
You can't say something like that about me. I never asked for any of these things to happen to me, so don't act as though I put everything together for this exact moment.
Huh? Then why the hell is my dad choosing now of all time to talk to me about what happened in the past?
I have no clue why, Diana. I'm sure that it has to do with him being fed up with you is all. I think what your father is doing now is what any person would do who has a backbone.
God damn it! You've gone and used my dad like a puppet. Why the hell do you have to do me in like this right now? The only person I have left now is my husband, because both my parents have left me.
Huh? Does that mean your husband still hasn't come to talk with you about anything yet?
Huh? What the hell is going to happen now?
I spoke with your husband about what was going on recently, after he came to me asking.
And why would he want to ask you? And why did you say anything to him when our family is none of your business?
I didn't say anything to him right off the bat, but rather he came to ask something from me that he was worried about. He was really concerned about how, for the longest time now, you have never really seemed to care about any of your 5 kids that much.
Why would he go and talk with you about something like that?
To be honest, I can't really tell you why that is either. But it was me who took care of all 5 of your children from the moment they were born. And I think that history is what made it all the more easy for him to talk about what he had to ask.
What the hell? I'm the one who's his freaking wife of all people. How dare he go and talk with someone who has nothing to do with us?
The first thing your husband told me was that you, of all people, never listened to anything he had to say to you, and that's why he had no choice. And he told me what he wanted to do was divorce you.
Huh? He wants to leave me now, too. I'm not joking around about that kind of stuff anymore, alright? If he leaves me too, then what the hell am I supposed to do?
And just as I had thought, you're not worried about your 5 kids or anything, but just yourself and what you're going to do.
Huh?
From what he told me, your husband is already in the process of getting full custody of all 5 of your children. He told me that he can't trust you to take care of any one of them on your own.
Sandy, I'm so sorry. I am seriously sorry for everything. I will apologize to you for all the things I've done to you up until now, alright?
It's way too late to be thinking about apologizing to me now. Please, just go and talk with your husband about all of that now.
But you're the only person I have left to ask for help from. What am I going to do about all of this? You're the only one I can hear anything about my husband and my dad from now, since they both won't respond to me. If I'm all alone now, there's nothing else that I can do.
Is that all you have to say to me after finally realizing that what all I had done for you? And what all you had done to me? Unbelievable.
What?
After this, you and I are never going to be seeing one another or talking to one another again. I don't want to. Goodbye forever now.
Wait, hold on a second! Sandy? Forgive me, please!
Dave, a lot has really happened since this whole conflict started, but thank you so much for being there for me.
What are you talking about? I should be the one thanking you for all you had done.
But if you had never been around for me and on my side, then there would have been no way for me to have taken things as far as we did with Diana.
But I am sorry for her, for what she did to you. And it wasn't just my wife and I who have been treated so well by you, but Diana and her husband's family as well. There was no way for someone like her to have been so selfish after all you'd done.
Thank you so much for realizing that. And by the way, are all of those kids doing alright right now? Since none of them have come to my place this past month, I've been wondering about their conditions. It's a good thing they're not all coming to the hospital anymore, but I do miss talking to all of them here and there.
Ah, you've been worried about them. Don't be. Their father said that he no longer wanted to be a bother to you anymore and has moved out of town with all 5 of them, and will no longer need your assistance.
So that's what ended up happening. Well, as long as all the kids are doing fine over there, then that's all that matters to me. But you know, I would occasionally like to meet with them. Having looked after all of them from a young age, they are kind of like my children to me as well.
Well, if that's what you like, then how about we throw a barbecue together here soon?
That would be splendid, Dave. I'm really looking forward to that. If that's something everyone will be interested in doing, let's go ahead and have the barbecue over at my place. This new place I'm living in is much larger than the last in terms of outdoor space, so I'd love to put it to some use this summer.
That'd be so helpful. Thank you.
And another thing, if you don't mind, would you like to move back in with us? Your son and I seem to find that the more people we have at home, the more fun life is.
Sandy, thank you so very much for thinking about me like that.
No, please. Thank you for always having thought about me and my feelings. Diana and her mother started to live together with one another, both working jobs to try and support themselves. Diana was able to find work at a factory where her mother was living, where she would have to do 12-hour shifts 4 times a week and would make all right money doing so. And her mother ended up with a job as a cashier, where she didn't have to move around too much at her old age. However, with her mother being so lazy all the time and always calling off from work, she would force her daughter to stay home and take care of for her, making her always miss her own job. So in the end, she would be fired from the place she had found and have to start looking for another one. But of course, with Diana not being much more active than her mother, she fell into a rut too, and soon, those two both went into debt trying to maintain the lifestyles they had before. During that time though, they weren't able to pay their rent in the small apartment they had been living in, and ended up getting kicked out of it by their landlord. This also became a serious problem for Diana, because she was no longer to borrow any more money because of all her credit cards were maxed out, and so she could no longer pay child support to her ex-husband for the 5 kids. I heard that a huge fight broke out between her mother and her on the street, and during that, a loan shark which Diana's mother had been borrowing from paid them both a visit. It was there that they both had the crap scared out of them, and were told that they had 1 month to start paying off her debt, or else there would be some serious hell to pay. And so, at this point in time, those two have moved out to this unknown island, doing some kind of very dangerous work for not that much pay. But at least now they're starting to pay off their debts, but that's not going to last long as soon as Diana is going to be paid a visit by the court, wanting to know why she hasn't been paying her ex-husband that child support. When it comes to myself, I am living in a new house with my husband and his father. I ended up getting the place a few days after leaving my last house with my husband, and we made sure that this time it only had enough room for him and I, plus 1 guest room for my father-in-law. Thinking he'd be even more stressed out after having to go through a divorce, it turns out that she had been sucking away all of his energy the whole time they'd been married, and now he's currently a changed man with so much power. Of course, he doesn't have the same abilities a kid would have with that energy, but he still has all sorts of things to do with us that are really letting him enjoy his life. Pretty soon, here, there is something my husband and I will have to tell him, and that has to do with us both wanting a child. But of course, since I am not physically able to make one, we have been looking at adopting, and we just came across the perfect boy that we love to bring into this family. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.